Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here with Thrifty Connects, Thrifty Thursday, my contribution to these fun collaborations. Check my description box down below to see more about the lovely hosts of these two collabs. So this is the thrift haul. It's been a little bit since I've done one, and I've got kind of a bit of different stuff to show you today. So the first thing is this, Your Dream Will Come True tarot card deck. Just a random tarot card deck that I found. Well, my husband actually found it. He's like, what do you think? And I'm like, I will check it out. Sure, it looks cool. So it's kind of basic, but it's nice. Like, so the back is all the same. But then the front, they look like this. They're the blue and gold. So it's quite nice, I think. It's, you know, quite basic, but I like it. I think it would look nice in any kind of like a magic or celestial kind of themed book. Those kind of cards. And then I found this little, this is just like little folders, I guess. I don't know who it is made by or whatnot, but it's in this little plastic sleeve. And I just thought they were nice folders. So let's pop them out of the sleeve. So there's one that's like blue and pink. And then the other one is this beautiful floral and feather with teal inside. So just cool little folders. I'll make use of those. And then I found this paper and plates, decorative paper placemats, set of 24, and they're 13 by 18. And they're just these pretty botanical, you know, placemats. So yeah, they're just like botanical paper, right? Pretty awesome. So let me move these out of the way. Okay. So next thing I'll show you is this maybe. Just gotta bring everything over here. Okay. Woo. So little stacko books from the animal thrift, the animal shelter thrift store. So first one is this. It's a golden guide to non-flowering plants, and it's really cool. It's like mushrooms and earth stars and fungi and, you know, things that don't flower, essentially. Very, very fun. And I found this, it was funny, it was like on a bookshelf where like the books are, you know, they're on the shelf like this, and it had fallen in behind, so it was way at the back of the bookshelf, so goodness knows how long that had been sitting back there, but what a little treasure. And then I did get some little golden books. I think, do I have another one here? No, I don't know. It's somewhere. So I got this one because I have never found this Dr. Dan with the original Band-Aids inside, and they're in this one. So I thought that was cute. I'm not going to cut this up. It's going to go in my golden book collection. This one is from 1950. Yeah, super cute. Then I got this because it's Richard Scarry, Chipmunks ABC, and I love the illustrations in here. And then another Chipmunks ABC. This one's a little bit different. It's the same images inside, just two separate covers. I get them for these images that I'll use again and again. And then I love this. This is one of my favorite books. The monster at the end of this book. So cute. This is a great story. If you've never read this, I highly recommend it. It's super cute. And then I got the Friendly book, also because it's Margaret Wise Brown illustrations, and they're really cute and fun. And then I found this book, Mr. Flux, Kyle MacLear and Mate Stevens. Very nice, interesting illustration style, and I just loved all the images. They're just really fun. And I'm going to read this with my kiddos probably first, and then we'll see if it ends up in here. And then this is Wilbur. I've had a copy of this book before, and I grabbed this one because I do have like a sheepy journal that I'm planning, and I'd like to add a little bit of Wilbur to it. It's such a charming story and images. And then this I found, I've never seen this book before, A Piece of Parkin, a true story about the author of The Secret Garden, retold by Anne Thwaite, illustrated by Glynis Ambrose. And like, I loved the cover. I thought, what a pretty book. And the book itself is the same as the dust jacket. And it's in obviously great condition. And then the images themselves are just gorgeous. Like, and I'm interested in reading this story too. I think it'll be a nice read. So very pretty book. I think we'll set those over here. Then, okay, so randomness I found. Hold on, let me just slip this out of the sleeve. I found this canvas of the hilarious House of Frightenstein, which is a show that I absolutely love, loved as a kid, and I just thought it was cool. It's on this canvas. I don't know if I'll use it maybe on a book cover for myself or if I will hang it up. I don't know. It's cool though. Okay, so then a few natural things. Actually, maybe I'll do the rest of the thrifty before I show you everything else. Okay, hold on. Because I've got kind of like a combination today. All right, so this is Currier and Ives America from 1952. And it is just a really, sorry, it's such a big book. I gotta open it here. It's a really cool book of mid-19th century scenes, 80 prints in full color with an introduction and commentary by the editor. And what year is this? Oh, I already told you, 1952. Okay, so there's a bit of yapping at the front. A bit of words here before we get to the plates. Hold on. All right, there we go. American Homestead in Spring. So this is like, these are full page, you know, amazing landscape life kind of prints. Life in the country, a home on the Mississippi, Yosemite Valley, California. So just like different things through America, some nice boats, trains, prairie fires of the Great West, low water in the Mississippi. So just really nice plates throughout. Yeah. So these are always nice to find. If you ever see one of these Currier and Ives books, consider it. They're really great. I have a couple of them. Then I found this exciting kind of find. Oh yeah. So there's 8 of these, and these are Selvage magazines. Selvage, the fabric of your life. Textiles and fashion, art, craft, design, interiors, travel, and shopping. So there's 8 different Selvage magazines, and I'm really excited to read through them. It's going to be some of my fall into winter inspirational reading. So this one, Ingenuity, Karen Nickel, Anthropology, Mariano Fortuny, Imagination, Issey Miyake, Muslin, Paper Cut Project, Indigenous Gungati, Indonesia, Linton Tweeds, Ethnographic Textiles from around the world. So like, just cool stuff. Great inspiration. Different kinds of artists. Frugal, Taking Care of Your Textiles, Tamar Muggendorf, Amish Quilt, Jean Muir. Nice cards. I've seen those before. Nice. Harvest, The New Crop of Textile Talent, Beatrix Potter, Victor and Rolf, Fancy Dress. Sheep and some alpaca. Nice illustrations. Make our stories part of your story. Nice. Look at all those hats. Baskets, masks. hats, sculpture. Just beautiful. But I saw Pearl Soho ad. I love Pearl Soho. It's a great shop. It's been too long since I've been there. Indigo. Oh, so nice. And this one, issue 22. Yeah, just more beautiful textile fibery goodness. So these are, what year? Not exactly sure. I might have to look inside. You see, it doesn't specifically seem to tell me the year. It does not. That's okay. Issue 22, issue 71, 68, 69. November 2008. Nothing. Nothing and nothing. Yeah, so just different selvage. There's a lot of these. These are really beautiful though. So it's selvage.org if you're interested in these. So that we have a 2008, a 2009, a 2013. So it's kind of random in the 2000s, mid 2000s. Okay, then my daughter got me this book at a yard sale for $1. It's called A Tapestry of Time. And she saw it and just knew I would love the cover. So it's this big honkin' book. It's really big. Spirit Wood Mildred Norbury History Society. I think this is from Saskatchewan, Ontario. Or sorry, Saskatchewan, not Ontario. Saskatchewan is not in Ontario. A history of the Norbury, Mildred, and Spirit Wood area. So this is all in Saskatchewan. So 1957. I meant to say Canada, not Ontario, obviously. But like, it's just sort of like a history of this area, a bunch of family stories and old photographs. It's a fascinating book. So the man who was, he was running the yard sale at his house. He was definitely like someone who, I mean, they have a farm, and like, I think that's probably a multi-generational farm, and he had a lot of antiquities and old things, and, you know, both very old things, like, also farm implements, like very antique things, as well as like vintagey kind of stuff. I got like the little plastic refills for my ceramic Christmas trees, you know, those cool ceramic Christmas trees that are a craze these days, but like they were a popular, 1970s and 80s moldable clay, like you could buy the big plaster molds. I actually have 3 plaster molds for making those myself. I have made them before. They're delicate, but they're interesting. I could make them again if I wanted to, but I don't think I feel like it right now. I have a lot of like other molds, like doll heads, all sorts of crazy molds. But yeah, so like the ceramic Christmas trees. So I got some of the light replacements from him. My husband picked up, he's like, oh, these are eerie. And so it's this great big like tool for castrating bulls. Sorry, it's like the old style with the 2 clamps. If you grew up on a farm, if you were around farms, like, you know, when I was a kid, if you grew up on a farm, you'll know what I mean. They don't do it that way anymore, thankfully. But yeah, he picks up this tool, and I swear everybody just kind of cracked up laughing. And my son got some kind of, I forget what kind of a toy, but yeah, it was a nice yard sale. It was nice to go to a fall yard sale. Yeah, so lots of cute things like Menno Lepp by Mrs. Edna Lepp. Menno and Edna Lepp, with their 2 children, Lois and Roger, moved to Hurricane SD, South Dakota, 16 miles south of Mildred. Can't be, no. I don't know what SD would be. 16 miles south of Mildred in the summer of 1952. The late Mr. Lepp taught at Hurricane from September 1952 until the end of June 1955. I think like Saskatchewan is one of those places in Canada that like, A, I've never been, and B, like, you never really hear much about what goes on in Saskatchewan. Like, I really know very little about Saskatchewan. I find, like, living in Ontario, we don't hear a whole lot about Saskatchewan. I would say we don't hear much about what goes on in Prince Edward Island, Manitoba. You know, like, we hear more from the other, I mean, definitely like the Yukon. We don't hear much of, you know, Yukon, Nunavut way. You know, it's like you can tune into the CBC regionally, like our national broadcaster, and kind of get an idea of what's going on there. But like, I realized, you know, when I was talking to the man, he said his mother grew up in Saskatchewan, and I was like, oh, that's fascinating. Like, I know so little about Saskatchewan, but I guess it's the same for, you know, other places in the world. Like, you only kind of know so far away. Okay, so next I found this cute book. I guess it's probably German. I could be wrong though, so please correct me if you don't think so. Raupenchen lernt fliegen? Fliegen? I don't speak the language, no kidding. Oh, these stickers are so terrible. The book lady at this thrift store drives me bananas with these stickers. She thinks every book is worth like a fortune too. Like, it just drives me nuts. She just damages like every book. Anyways, such cute end papers, and the images in here are to die for. They're so cute. I also just love the borders. Oh, they're so cute. So like another little Nomi friend, of course, and his little bug friends. I love these images to bits. All of the borders are the same on the writing side. Isn't that just so cute though? Simple little book. Oh, and then one more golden book. So this one I don't have either. Larry Harmon's TV Bozo and His Hide-and-Seek Elephant. Oh, I like how she wrote June. So cute. So this is from 1968. It's like really nice shape. Like the pages still have that sharpness to them. Like they've never been flipped through. So yeah, cool book. Okay, then this is like, I mean, it's a cool book. It's like a little different choice for me for like art reasons, but it's Yui Omer's 1000 Families, the family album of planet Earth. So like all different people and all different families. I love her head wrap. And of course you notice this little girl's got those neck rings. I forget what culture does those, but this is just a whole, like, it's in 3 languages, French, German, and English. And it just tells you a little bit about these families. And I got it, though. Oh, look at those piggies. So cute. These kids are cute, too. I got it for the bodies, though. So, like, a lot of time I like to make anthropomorphic, images, right? So if we look at, like, I don't have any examples, of course, that I'm here, but imagine I had a bird head, like, cut out, right? I would stick it on the body of this person, and then I would have the body. So I got it for the bodies. I mean, I may use some of the images as is of people, but, like, I really wanted it for just bodies, like, because I think you may not look at this image and be very inspired, but like, what if I cut her out and gave her the head of a bunny or something, right? You can do cool things with that kind of stuff. So that's my vision for this book. And then I found this, Voila Felt Ribbons. Like, I think this is Well, this is from Prima Marketing 2010. So it's probably like from a scrapbook store, but it's these cool felt, you know, frames. I thought those would be fun. Then, oh yeah, this is mine. This is my daughter's. But I'll show you this because you might be interested. My daughter got this. It's a paper crimper. Just put it over on her desk though. And it's hearts. So see, it's like a manual embosser kind of. I wonder if I can put something through it. Maybe I'll put a couple of these, a stack of these, 2 of them. So I guess you would thread it in like so. A little tricky, but to get it going, I think it would go like so. Oh no, maybe 2 is too many. Maybe it's just for 1. That's okay. Yep. This is thicker paper too, so oof. It's a little noisy, but it does the job, I think. So this paper might be a little thick for it. This is craft card, so it's a little thicker. Let me see. Or it's also possible I did it backwards too. Let's see. I know nothing about this or where it comes from. Oh, that worked better. I did it backwards. Okay. Yep, see, the hearts are there now. Can you see them? Maybe if I take an inker. See, there's the hearts. So cute. So yeah, so if you find one of these, it's this side, not this side. How would you know the difference? I guess the flat side. This is a rounded side and that's flat. So do it that way. But anyways, that's hers, not mine. And I just found this book. This just cracked me up. The Idler Book of Crap Towns 2. The nation decides the new top 50 worst places to live in the UK. It's just a comedy book. More despair, alienation, boredom, car parks. I just thought it had a funny humor about it. So, you know, it's just different, you know, areas in the UK and comedic, like, feedback, like Bradford, progress, industry, humanity. It gives you the population, unemployment 4.4%, violent crimes 10 per 1,000 per annum, percentage achieving 5 or more GCSE grades, A to C, 46. Famous residents, Terrorvision's David Hockney, Rita Sue, and Bob 2. Traditionally viewed as a poor relation by residents of Leeds, Bradders has finally managed to beat its pretentious neighbours at something. Shame it was at garnering votes for being crap. Yeah, so it's just a funny book. I thought it would be kind of funny to read through. Okay, now other stuff. Okay, so first naturey bits. So I found this humongous, beautiful tulip tree leaf. So if you're not familiar with the tulip tree, it grows here in Ontario where I live. This is how you can identify it, by these beautiful leaves. And also in the summertime, it grows the most beautiful flowers. They're usually white and orange, and when you smell them, they just smell of citrus. They are just delightful. They also produce these really beautiful seed pods when the flower, you know, dries out. There's this beautiful seed pod that I would say you could definitely use in your art, you know, for entrapping in cards and things. I'm going to press this leaf. It's just so nice. So I'm going to put it, actually, maybe I'll put it in my big book here that my daughter got me. This would be the perfect book maybe for it. It might be big enough. Let us see, let us see. I might need to put it in my super huge one, actually. Yeah, it's a little too small. That's okay. I have a really huge book I can put this in. So I'll just set it over here for now, but you get my point. Then, I found a bunch of seeds from, hold on, a silver fir tree. And I'd never seen these before. until today when I was walking. I saw them on the ground. Actually, my husband was the first to notice them. And I thought they were so beautiful. Let me bring you in a little. Okay. So see these? They're so pretty. So they have a little feathery kind of seed here and then this more protective coating. I'm going to use these in some art, but I think first I want to maybe do a watercolor painting of them because there's some new knowledge for me. I've also decided I want to start a new watercolor kind of nature journal. So I got a Strathroy today, a little Strathroy watercolor, Strathmore, I'm sorry. Strathroy is the paint company. Strathmore, let me pull back out so you can see the shape. So it's kind of like a large postcard style shape of watercolor paper, just simple, you know, nothing too fancy, but I just want to do a little bit of nice. This is the 400 series watercolor paper. I forget how many pages, but yeah, it's full of Mohawk Fine Papers. That's the paper company that's used by Strathmore. So that, then I don't need more watercolors, but I was like, I like this little can, this Artist Loft can. It's a 25 piece. You know, these are mid-grade watercolors, right? And it comes with a nice little water pen, or water brush rather. And I thought, like, that's a nice little can to carry around. And it's got the palettes built on the plastic here. I love these cans. I think I'm probably going to take this label off and do something nice on the top to kind of make it a little more, like, nice. And then it's got this on the back for, you know, if you want to hang it up or you want to carry it this way, you certainly could. But I don't really know if that was its intention or if it's to hang. But yeah, it's you know, the paints would be that way. So I don't know if it's meant to be a stand. I don't really know. I do not know, but I like it. I'm probably gonna use it to paint these. And they're just half pans, so it's kind of nice. I got these at Michael's, both of these. And then I got one more thing at Michael's, because, you know, when you go in Michael's, you might as well use that 40% discount if you can. Okay, so I got these. I've never seen these before. They're from Artist Loft and they're called Jelly Gouache Set. So typically, I like gouache. It's typically kind of a more opaque than like watercolor, right? It's like a watercolor paint that acts more opaque. But I've never heard of jelly gouache before. So it's got 24 colors, 1 palette, 3 paint brushes. And that's, I think, all the info about it. And we have this color card here that I've cut out to keep in here. And it's got a double snap lid, kind of like those Snap Tight. So this is like a nice big plastic kind of tealy colored case. Let's see if I can come back a little more. There we go. So when you open it up, you've got your palette here. It's got your two, you know, your tipped paint holders, and they're tipped and they have lips. And then you have a nice big blending pad there. Oh, and they give you this already for the inside. So there's 2 of them. I'll probably, is this one a sticker? I think these are usually, yeah, that's a sticker. So I can stick that on the top. Now, these are the brushes. They are nice. There's a flat, a round, and a point. Teal. And each one of these is an individual package of paint, a jelly, and it does have, thankfully, the separations. These are not all sitting together in the same thing. So basically you have to open up each pot to get to the jelly inside. And I always dislike doing this because I feel like it's wasting paint. I don't know. I'm a big baby about these things. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper, probably just my glue book, so that I can smoosh these on here and make a piece of painty paper. Because I don't want to waste any paint. It's cool. Okay, so let's just open these. Take a look at what the colors look like, and I think they're in, yeah, we're in the order. So the first color there is lemon yellow, and this green is pale green. Pale green. Not my definition of pale, but I like it. It's kind of fluorescent to me. If that's pale, I don't want to know what bright is. Okay. I'm just going to throw these in my scraps as I go here. So this color here is called Ponceau. 061 Ponceau. A little tricky to grab these. I think I'll use my tweezers to just pick the pots up easier. Not make a big mess. Also, this is pale purple. Just kind of give that a smoosh. Throw it away. So look at the back of this. I'm thinking I could use that. Let's pull those out and maybe we'll use these. That would be kind of cool. Waste not, want not. They're kind of, you know, plasticky too. So it's a good thing we use them instead of waste them. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Yum. Pale purple. Now I'll pull this off. We'll just have these little samplings of paint. It'd be great. This one is cobalt blue. Somewhere. One corner has a better tab than the other three. It's like where they intend you to open it, right? Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. I find like gouache feels a little like a love child between acrylic and watercolor, usually to me. I haven't used this brand though, as I mentioned, so I'll have to give her a try and then I'll let you know if I have any feedback worth mentioning. So this color is violet. I can see a slight bit of separation of the oil from the paint there, so probably it could use a little mix. My complaint really at this stage is just that it's kind of hard to get to each of these, you know? You need these tweezers for sure to more easily get into them. Oops. It's easy to kind of dip your finger to. What I might do, take this page off here and just fold it and then open it back up. Yay. All right. So this color is the white. They're a little tricky to open. I feel like I'm opening on my kids' their jellies that they love so much. So yeah, you can see a little oil separation there, which is a little bit of a pain because I don't know. I don't feel like shaking it would do anything. I don't think so. No, it's too jellied. And it's not consistently clear which tab to pull. It takes a second. Okay. It's kind of nice to see how the colors mingle. Might do the same with this one. It's going to go to fold before. Yeah, that's nice. All right. Then the next one, beside the earth yellow is ultramarine. And oof, this looks nice. Yeah, kind of almost an indigo. Very nice. Leave a little bit of paint on there for the reuse project. And then we have an acid blue next to it, which is really nice. It's kind of like close to that blue that I like. There's a little oil separation there that you can see. Let me know if you have used these paints before. Tell me your thoughts on them. I would say they're quite inexpensive. Pretty Artist Loft is a really good accessible kind of brand. Student, I'd say a good student level brand, you know. There we go. Not as much paint on that one. That is the sky blue. And then this is jade green, which is a color I love. Yes. There's a lot of different ideas about what jade green is. I see so many different versions of jade green. And none of them are like the jade stone, which is interesting. Whee! Okay, on to this row. And if you guys are bored and you want to leave now, you totally can. I'm done with, you know, thrift haul, but I know some folks like to look through like things like this. So let's do this too because it's fun. This is medium yellow. Quite, oops, I would say mustardy. Definitely got some on my finger. Little mustardy, little buttery. It's good. And I assume you need to keep this palette right side up because it is a liquid palette. You will probably get oil leakage between your colors if you don't keep it upright. So for me, it's like a home or careful, go to a different destination kind of palette. But I don't know if they will potentially dry a little. I don't know. They can get reactivated though. Okay, that's that one. Ketchup and mustard. So the red is actually deep red is the name. I'd say it's a cool red. Cool red. And next to it, carefully get this one up. This is, they call this purple. Weird. Weird, right? Purple. Come on, what color is that, kids? I think somebody at Artist Loft was a little asleep at the wheel on this day. And this is ochre. I agree with all the names so far except for purple. Yeah, that's an ochre. I mean, it's a little red for an ochre, I think. I usually think of ochre kind of a little closer to that, like a little more goldy, but I've seen it interpreted in both ways, like red ochre, gold ochre. I get it. Pretty. Get rid of this little tissue paper. Next to it, we have, oh, my finger went in the blue. Ay, ay, ay. This is the black. There's a lot of paint stuck there. I'm gonna just scrape that into the tub. There we go. So this color is just called black. And then a Prussian blue. We'll see what their interpretation on Prussian blue is. It looks good to me so far. Yeah. It's kind of like, it looks navy, but it has a brightening to it that it's just a really powerful blue. Gorgeous. Okay. Last row, and the first color that we will open will be yellow green. Yeah, I'd say that's a yellow green. And then we have a grass green. I'd say it's a little optimistic for grass. If your grass is that color, you're using a lot of water. Pretty. Orange, simple enough. True to form, orange indeed. Nice orange, a nice orange. Reminds me of like saffron, not saffron, saffron? Then this is rose. Looks kind of like magenta, kind of, but a little lighter. Oh, this is a tough one to open. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. Very pink. Give that a smush. Okay, and two more to go. So this is nude. Caucasian skin tone, maybe. That kind of a base color. Oops. And then the first one here is burnt umber. Which is a deep, deep brown. Okay. Haven't even painted yet, and I've managed to cover my fingers. Nice. Okay. So that's that. Then let's open up these brushes and kind of get a look at them. These are just going to probably be like a nylon brush, like a standard. No water pot of any kind with this because you don't particularly need water. They do give you a tube for your sharp brush, but I'm going to take it off. They're nice brushes, nice handle. Yeah, I think they'll be nice to work with this. I like that there's a compartment here for them. So yeah, this is a cute little, I think, highly accessible kind of kit, you know. And not to forget, we have the palette that can sit on top. I'm sure it's probably going to get paint on the bottom. Not too bad. It kind of hovers, but you know, I think you can't be too emotional. Then I would put the sticker palette on the top here, I think. I think it's a sticker. Oh, it's not a sticker. To prevent drying, cover paints after each use. Simply mist with water and stir to reactivate. Yeah, so put the lid back on essentially. So this is not a sticker. I don't think. Unless I just peeled it badly. No, it's not a sticker. I'm going to turn it into a sticker though, I think, and put it up here. I'm just going to glue it on because I like to have a palette card with my palette. So we're going to use the well, 3-in-1 here to just attach it on the top. That'll make my life a little easier to get a general feel of what they want the colors to kind of be. And like doing this will also remind me, because I'm reading the names and I splashed the paint around a bit today, it'll remind me mentally of like what the colors look like. So yeah, we'll plunk that right up here. Glue down that little spot that I lifted to. Me and my hopes for stickers here. Okay, so that is the Artist Loft Jelly Gouache from Michaels, 24 colors. They had a smaller one, I think of 12 colors, but I liked this one, so I grabbed it instead. So that's my thrift haul, nature stuff, and Michaels stuff. That's all I've got. I hope you guys are well, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye for now.